Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and on today's video we'll be taking a look at Ducky One 3SF. Keep watching to find out more. Okay, so in today's video we'll be taking a look at Ducky One 3 Daybreak SF. This is a 65% keyboard from the people over at Ducky. This is an improvement over the previous ranges of the Ducky One 2 and obviously the original Ducky One. They've improved it in a lot of ways. We've got some really nice stabilisation on the keycaps. Also, we've got PBT fully double shot keycaps. It's just a really upgraded package. We've got less latency as well, so they've upgraded that. Also got something which was long missed from actually the Ducky range, which is a removable USB Type-C connection. Loads of other things, but we'll go through today. We'll do a quick unboxing, go through the features, we'll do some practical sound tests, and we'll come back with some of my opinions. For those of you out there that are looking to spend a little bit of extra money on your keyboard and you want something quality, but you don't want to break the bank, but you just want something which is actually great value for money, I think this is going to be right up your street. Now, this is a new thing to me. I've not used a Ducky keyboard before. I've been used to the kind of regular keyboards, your MSIs, your Corsairs, that kind of stuff. So this for me is the first time that I've used what I would call a kind of self-build keyboard, although it's all done for you. It comes completely assembled, ready to go, so you don't have to go faffing around trying to find out what circuit board you need, what switches you need, what caps you need, all those kinds of things. Ducky have taken care of all that for you. You are going to be paying a very slight premium for it, but actually at the moment, Ducky keyboards, for what you do get really good value for money. I should just say this was sent to us by the good people over at Overclockers UK. I'll put some links in the video description so you can check out the rest of the range. There is an absolute ton of different options for this. It is incredible. I'm only going to put one link and you can look at all the various options available. So it comes in 4 colorways. So we've got the Daybreak, which is the one we're going to be looking at today. It also comes in a yellow, which may suit some people. There's also a Fuji and a Matcha. So plenty of options there. Sadly, it doesn't come in a kind of just a standard black, but I guess part of customizing a keyboard is just making it stand out from the pack. Now, if the colorways weren't something to be debating over, then you've also got the sizes. So this comes in the Mini. We've got a 60%, a 65%, which is this one here, also a 10 keyless, and also a full-size version. So plenty of options there. And if that wasn't enough, then you've got the option of the switches that you choose. So they do use cherry switches from the factory. So you've got the options of various different cherry switches. You've got your reds, blues, blacks, silent reds, silvers, clear, etc, etc. And of course, if those switches, if you use them and you think, maybe I want to try something a little bit different, they are hot swappable switches. So you can just go ahead and buy some compatible switches and swap out whichever ones you want, or even the whole lot should you wish to. So that's enough of that. Let's get on and do this unboxing, see what it's all about. So as you can see from the packaging, so this is from Ducky. This is the One 3 SF. And on the back there, goes into a little bit more detail. Gives you the sizes and the weights. Weight-wise, around about 700 grams for the SF version. Obviously, depending on which version you go for, the weights will increase or decrease, obviously with size. And also features the Quack mechanics, which is Ducky's own way of kind of their customization of a keyboard. The Cherry MX keys that we've got on this one are suitable for up to 100 million actuations, so that should keep you going for the foreseeable future. Although, like I said, these are hot swappable, so if one should fail, you can swap out very, very easily indeed. On the side of the box, it does go into the details, so as you can see, there's all these different variations. This one, as you can see, is the Daybreak version with the Cherry MX clears. So what do we get for the money? Well, this one actually, money-wise, I should say, these keyboards do start out, it's somewhere in the region of about £130 here in the United Kingdom. Again, links to Overclockers UK will be in the video description. The 65% version, which is a little bit bigger, you do pay a little bit more, as you'd expect, more switches, more keys, etc. So for this one, you're looking at somewhere in the region of about £150 to £160. Inside the box, we're greeted with some Ducky stickers, if that's your thing. There's also a very, very basic instruction guide and kind of how-to, tells you how to use the keys, how to set up macros, all that kind of stuff. If you want a little bit more information, there is a QR code. And also I have found a really good manual which actually elaborates on a lot of these features. I'll link that in the video description as well, so you can check out some of the other keystrokes and combinations to change the functions of your keyboard. So let's get into the keyboard itself. So first of all, there is a plastic cover. Now a lot of people will be tempted to throw this away. Actually, I would suggest keeping this and actually putting it over your keyboard at night time just to keep all those things out, especially for those of you that have pets. It'll keep all those kind of hairs and debris out. Next up, we get the keyboard itself, which comes in a nice little cellophane wrapper there. And there you go, that is the design of the keyboard. Now, this isn't going to be to everyone's taste. I totally understand that. And to be honest with you, when I first looked at it, I was like, I don't know. This is a little bit weird. But the daybreak actually is really good. Obviously, it is daybreak. So you've got yellow for the sun, blue for the sky, and grey for the clouds, which is quite common if you're in the United Kingdom. Also in the box, there is quite a few accessories as well. So there are a bunch of keycaps. And also there is a key switch puller. There's also a key cap remover, done in a really nice ducky style, matching to the colourway of the keyboard. And also there are a bunch of replacement keycaps in the daybreak colour scheme. Another nice inclusion is a fully braided USB Type-C cable, so that's Type A to Type C, and also has a, again, very much matching ducky band around it. I think that is going to be the same for all keyboards because ducky, their colour is basically yellow. But yeah, very nice, and the fact that it's actually detachable is really great. So should you wish to, you can upgrade your cable from those fancy coiled ones, all those kinds of things, or just a longer cable should you need to. So let's take a closer look at the keyboard itself. So remove the plastic cover, and we've got the 65% keyboard. So what this essentially is you've got your regular keys there, and also you've got your up-down arrows, and also you've got a couple of extra keys on the side. So you've got delete, page up, and page down. Now for me personally, the 65% version of this is really good. I do use the arrow keys a lot for gaming because I'm a left-hander, and also the delete key, page up, page down, I do use also. So actually having those is really handy. I can quite easily go without having a number pad because obviously you've got replacement numbers on the top there, and also any keys which are actually missing or not there, they do double up. So press the function key or the alt key, and you can see on the keycaps it is clearly written on there what each of the keys do, including some of the media functions and also the ability to change the RGB on the fly. So this keyboard itself, looks at, is in the daybreak style. So this has got the really nice metallic style blue, and the keycaps themselves pretty much identical color match, and also they've got a really nice texture to them at all. These are designed to not leave shine, all that kind of stuff, but also they've got a little bit of a grip to them. They're not really coarse or anything, but there is definitely a nice texture to them, so your fingers aren't going to slip off. And the keycaps themselves are nicely domed as well, so your fingers aren't going to slip from one key to the other, although if they do, you do have N-key rollover support, so that isn't too much of a problem. As you expect with this sort of keyboard, all of the keycaps are removable. You can use the keycap puller, and actually I probably would recommend doing that because these are on really, really tightly. Unlike some of the other keyboards, such as Corsair, etc., where you only have to flick the keys and they want to come off, these do actually take a little bit to take off, and they can be pulled off with the keycap puller. And as you see, these are fully PBT keycaps, double shot, so you can see two colours inside. So essentially what that means is the legends are basically never going to rub off. They're going to last forever, they really are. When you've got the keycap off, you can see the switches underneath. So this is using the Cherry MX Clears. These are really nice switches, really nice feel to them, and they just, yeah, I really do like this kind of switch. If you want to take the switches out, you can get your switch puller, put it in, and pull the switches out. They come out very easily. So again, like I said, if you want to swap out these, very easy to do. And when you do, you can actually see underneath there is a silicone membrane underneath the actual main keyboard deck. The main deck itself is actually metal, so it's finished in white metal, which really does reflect the RGB. Underneath that, you've got a nice thick silicone dampener, and underneath that, you've actually got the keyboard circuit board itself, which you can gain access to. It's relatively straightforward to get access to that, should you wish to. Remove the sides off of here, and then there's 3 screws on each side holding the main deck on, and then you can carefully pry these bits apart. The top deck comes off relatively easily, so if you do want to change the colours on this, you maybe want to spray paint it, customise it to your own particular liking, you can do that, take it off, sand it up, give it a spray paint, all those kinds of things. So very easy to actually get inside and do any modifications, which you probably won't want to do. The actual stabilisers come pre-lubed. There's not a great deal of lubrication on them, but certainly enough for most people. Again, like I said, this is customisable, so if you want to, take it all apart. The stabilisers are really good and also very easy to access, and put your different grades of lubricant on should you wish to. Again, for a lot of people, that's probably going to be way more than what they're going to want to do. They're just going to want to plug this in and get on and use it, which you certainly can do. On the back of the keyboard, so we've got some more logos on there. Ducky One 3 SF, And also in this corner here, we've got the USB Type-C connection. Personally, for me, I think I would have probably liked to have seen that in the middle to give a few more options. But if you're going to be using one of those coiled cables, I guess it would look nice coming off at an angle with the coil behind, which is very popular these days. On the back, you've got a really nice deck. It is plastic, the top and the frame is all plastic, but even so, it's a really nice plastic, and with that metal deck, there's virtually no flex. You've really got to struggle to make it flex. If you don't like a flat keyboard, which some people do, so just having it on the deck like that, which is really nice and very comfortable. It has got adjustable feet on the bottom, so you can put them in two positions. So there is the fully upright, and also there is a smaller one as well. All the feet have got rubber dampeners on as well, and the deck itself, it's got 4 as well, so it's not going to go sliding around on your desk. It does want to stay firmly planted in place. Also on the bottom, there are some dip switches there, so you can actually do some more customization to the circuit board, such as disabling the Windows keys and changing certain functions. Again, all of that is listed in the manual linked below. So now with the keyboard plugged in, you can see the RGB illumination, which is actually a really nice illumination. It does rebound well off that white backplate there, and you can see it nicely. They are north facing, which some people may prefer. When you have the south facing RGB LEDs, they can be a little bit dazzling at times, especially when you look at them. And of course, if you're using other keycaps, maybe you're using the pudding style ones where there's a little bit more visible, then obviously that isn't going to be a problem here. RGB is something which is something of a downside on this, in my opinion, although feel free to let me know in the comments what you think about it. All of the RGB is controlled from the keyboard itself. There is no software support for this. That is something which a lot of people have kind of commented on. Some people do prefer that, the software ability to go in and do things. If you're using this and you're struggling, you can look at the manual, that kind of stuff, and most of the keycaps, again, like I said, do tell you exactly what you need to do. So if in order to change color, press the function key, press the Alt key and T, which is marked up as RGB, and you can go through the various RGB styles. So there's rain, and you've got the perky lighting, all those kinds of things. So you can choose pretty much a lighting style which suits, or you can just choose a static color, those kinds of things as you would do normally. Me personally, I am a big fan of the unicorn puke, so I'm just going to go around and set that. You can choose a specific color if you want to. And when you do that, when you go into that mode, the keys down here show green, red, and blue, so you can then tap it a couple of times and it then changes the shade of those colors. But overall, very, very nice keyboard. I didn't think I was going to like it, and I personally didn't think that spending this much money on a keyboard made any sense whatsoever. But actually, I have been using it this week since it's been sent to me, trying it out, seeing what it's like. And actually, once you get used to the fact that it is a kind of, in brackets, a professional style keyboard, it really is nice. And Kath absolutely loves it because it's very, very nice and quiet. So we can both work here in our little studio, and Kath's not distracted by my clicky keys. Obviously, depending on which keys you purchase, yours may be somewhat clicky. If you go for something like the Cherry Blues, then they're going to be clicky as all hell. But if you go for something like the clears, or the silvers, or even the silent reds, you should find it considerably quieter. So with that said, let's do some tests and you can hear what the keyboard actually sounds like. So there you go, there is a sound test, so you can hear what the switch is like. I really do like this. The noise of it and the feel, it's got a really nice kind of clunk to it when you're typing. When you actually get up to a real head of steam when you're typing away, it does sound great. And obviously for gaming, it has a very, very low latency. You can actually change the latency in the actual dip switch or from the key presses, so you can have it as 1000 Hertz as your polling rate. You can reduce it to 500 or 250 should you wish to. And also you can adjust things like debounce as well, which is a slightly unusual thing. I didn't even know that was a thing for keyboards, but apparently it is, and that can be adjusted too. So yeah, lots of customization available should you wish to, or alternatively, just get out of the box and use the damn thing, which is pretty much what I've been doing. Although we may do some follow-up videos on this, on how to disassemble it, how to change out switches, and maybe how to lube up stabilisers, all that kind of stuff, should you be interested. If you are, let us know in the comment section below. Again, thanks to Overclockers UK for sending this over to us for review purposes. Do appreciate it. And please show them some love and click on the links in the video description. You can check out the prices should you be interested in picking up for yourself. So I think that's going to wrap it up for now. I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching.